Now the next step which we are going to do is populate the images of individual gallery here and make them bootstrap friendly. With time, we will change this image listing into a complete gallery functionality where there will be thumbnails, and clicking on the thumbnail we will see a lightbox kind of a modal pop-up where the bigger version, which is the medium size image, will be visible. So now if you look at the logs, this is the only thing which we are getting right now for an individual gallery, which is the gallery data and the user data. User data is required so that I can populate the name here. Now we will need to join that with gallery underscore images so that we fetch the files which are uploaded for that particular gallery, right? Now I know that for gallery 1, which is my first gallery, inside gallery images I have one entry, which means this gallery has only one image. Let's add one more, the same image for now, and then we will make a join, get those entries, and then handle the single view. So yeah, there are two entries. Now the first thing is obviously the controller. Here I have written gallery with user where id is this, right? Now let's change that. We will load our gallery model and have a method there which will get the details. Remove that. Gallery object equals new, and then alright, so this is the function which we need to create. Let's go inside gallery, right? This is going to be the function, and I'm going to pass id as the parameter. Now the very first thing which we are going to do is fetch the record which we were already getting. Okay, now after that we will fetch the images and store it inside images. Let's set this. Okay, and we will pass the id. Let's create this method. This is going to be a private function and not public, so let's get the id. First we need to get the files, so let's say $files equals right. uh, let's import db. Okay, gallery images, I'm sorry, so it's where gallery images. So now let's run the query. I'll say $files equal, let's pull the condition, where gallery id is $id join files table. Yeah, that should be good enough, and then I'll get, why don't we first return whatever we are getting. So this is what I'm getting here in the gallery function, and I'm returning that. So let's clear out and refresh once again, and I'm already getting the images with an array, two objects. Now I need to just get the URLs of the images. I don't need the entire object. So that's the next part which I'm going to do in the model. Let's say I'm going to create an array final data equals this. Uh, so yeah, final data key will be equal to. Now I'll take three things. One is going to be thumb. It will be env. Why don't we copy paste a bit? Okay, and just we will replace. Let me see, what do we have here? We have gallery ID. Do we have gallery ID? No, we don't have gallery ID. So let's just say this, and this will be file name. Yeah. So what am I saying here is this is the gallery ID which I'm getting, right? So the URL will be something like this. The file name is constant. So yeah, this is the thumb, and then we will say medium main. So we'll get the correct URLs, and then we'll return it. Yep, that's it. That's what we want to populate the images. So let's now go to the Angular part and populate these images. So before I add the images in the gallery, as I mentioned, I'll be using Lightbox with Angular to view the images, right? So this is the gallery called Angular Bootstrap, or was that Lightbox? Yeah, as you can see, I have done some R&D on it already. So let's see, I have this. Now I have already done a bower install of this, so I don't need to run that again, but you can do that. You need to have node and bower installed to run this command. Once you have done that, I should have the package already. So inside my bower components, I have Angular Bootstrap Lightbox, and I have Angular Bootstrap as well, which is the UI part. This is also required because the Lightbox plugin is using the UI model from Angular Bootstrap modules. Okay, so it has already mentioned, see, Angular UI Bootstrap model is being used. So once we run that, the first thing which we need to do is update our master blade.php. So get into full screen. The first thing which we need to do is first add the UI Bootstrap. So I'll go into my Finder, site public. So let's this. Inside that, I need this CSS file. Then bower components. Yeah, this file, and then okay. Now it's time to load this inside distribution. This is the JS file which I need, and quickly, yeah, that's it. Let's quickly check whether we are getting all the files or not. So this is UI Bootstrap CSS, which is coming properly. Lightbox CSS coming properly. Then we have the TPL file, UI Bootstrap min, Lightbox. All right. Now I'll show you how to implement the Lightbox module with their documentation. Angular Lightbox. So once we have these things done, the first thing which I need to do is add this to my app.js, right? So let's quickly go to our app.js and in that add the dependency. Should build my file. Let me see if my, yeah, the watch is running. So with that in place, hit refresh. Okay, so the first step is done. The Lightbox is coming up. Now, as per the documentation, this is how they are going to use the ng repeat, which is ng repeat image and images, and then ng click in the a tag, right? So what have we here in our object? We have images, right? And then we have object and object. So we are very close, but if you see, it assumes that there is URL and then thumb URL. But in our code, when I am returning, I have thumb, medium, and main. Now, main I'm not going to use inside the Lightbox, but yeah, this is something which is different. So why don't we say, first of all, the thumb will be thumb URL, and the medium is going to be our URL. Okay, you'll understand why I'm making this change. Now, the next thing is I need to inject Lightbox in my controller. So let's load up our gallery controller.js, and yeah, now the next thing is we need to add this function open Lightbox, right? So let's get down here where we have all the functions. Here I'll add this function. What am I sending? It's the index, right? So index, sorry, and we will just say scope, and then it is not directly images, we are using single gallery dot images. So this, and once this is done, let us first get the ng repeat in place. My HTML file is inside templates, gallery single, right? I'll take this as 3. Okay, now I need to run ng repeat on this, right? So let's just say ng repeat key value will be dot images. Okay, and then I'll have an a tag. I don't need the ahref here, and inside that I will have image, which again will have ng source. Now this will have ng click, which will open up as they have mentioned this, right? Let's give it the class thumbnail, which is the default bootstrap class for having a thumbnail with a border and some rounded corners. And then inside image source, which for us is the ng source, value dot thumb URL, yes, yeah, and yeah, that's it, I guess, and then nothing much required here. Let's run and see what's happening. We have 2 images. I think they will take time to load. Yep, and okay, so our Lightbox part is not implemented. On click we don't get anything. I think most of it is because of the modal window not added in app.js, right? What we need to do is also add UI.bootstrap, which is the model. I think that is required as far as I remember, and let's see. No, it's something else. Let me quickly check what's going on. Yeah, the mistake here is, I think, with the gallery images. No, come to think of it, it's correct actually. Okay, so I find out the problem. The solution is a bit strange, but all I did was just take the TPL min.js and load it after bootstrap min.js, and if we hit refresh, you can see that now I will be able to load the image, right? Both the same image, so we may not see the difference, but yeah, that's it. Clicking on it shows me the full image. Now, one quick thing which I'm going to show you is cool library called the Angular loader, which is mentioned here. Where was it? It was somewhere. I don't remember where exactly was it. Yeah, Angular loading bar. So this is again something which I have installed through Bower, and let me quickly add it in my master blade. Bootstrap Lightbox. Don't need those. This first is the CSS file, and inside that I have the build folder, CSS, and here. Okay, and once this is done, all we need to add is this inside app.js, right? Build the file again, and now if I have refresh, you can see this amazing, loading animation played every time an AJAX request is called, right? See this? So whenever the image is loading, we get that loading bar, something like what YouTube does in a very elegant way. So yeah, that's about it. In the next tutorial, we will populate the new image when it is uploaded, because right now it's only showing the images which are there already. If an image is uploaded, it doesn't get added here automatically. So that's something I will show you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, do click on the thumbs up icon and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.